Hi, this is a training video that goes along with session 3 of the Revelation Success series on open houses. We're going to be talking today about the actual open house.
So we're going to talk about several things, but the first thing we should start off with is when you're in your open house and somebody walks through the door, how should you approach them? How should you greet them? I want you to keep in mind that when people come through the open house door, they don't know what to expect. They've been ignored, they've been bombarded. So we found the most effective method is to approach the person, professionally introduce yourself, get their name, give them a flyer, and then back off. So Chuck, what might you say? What might it actually sound
Yeah,
like?
and when we do this is how we would do it. I would greet them at the door. I'd say, hi, my name is Chuck Fazio. I'm with West USA Realty Revelation. Here's a flyer on the property. This is a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Master bedroom's over there. The kitchen's over there. The house is priced at $200,000. If you have any questions, I'll be in the kitchen. Feel free to walk around. And I walk away.
That really gets their defenses down.
Yeah, they are getting ready for a sales pitch as soon as you come in. Do not follow them around.
That's great.
Now, unless you're in a custom home and the owners want you to keep an eye on them, just don't be their shadow right behind them. But we highly recommend don't follow anybody around. Go to the area where you tell them that you're going to be.
And you want to be somewhere that they have to pass you by as they're looking at the house, because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to try to get them to engage with you in a conversation, but you've got to test to see if they're ready to engage with you. Now, I really think it's important to have their name. If you're not good with names, once they give you their name, repeat it to yourself till you get back to your notebook so you can write it down, because using their name immediately is more personal.
It builds a nice rapport with them, and this is the key to real estate, is building rapport as fast as possible. Making somebody feel good by saying their name is a big way of doing it. This is a nice little tip that you guys should get in the habit of.
So when they're touring through the house, you should be ready with a question just to gauge if they're ready to engage with you. It needs to be a question that can easily turn to a real estate conversation, and that's just non-threatening. Like, for example, do you live around here?
Or I like the one, are you guys in the market to look for a home? I know it might sound kind of silly, but they might not be. They might be a neighbor down the block, or they might be just browsing around, have nothing to do for the day. But it's an icebreaker. You need to engage them. Do not let somebody walk around and walk right out that house without you saying anything. That is one of the biggest mistakes I see from real estate agents, being passive, never asking for business. Mm-hmm. Quick little story, at the beginning of our career, we had somebody come in. We had pretty much asked for their business. And the guy said, I was in 7 open houses today, and you were the only people who actually asked for my business.
That's pathetic.
Guys, that's sad.
It is.
This is a business. You're there. Ask for business. Don't be afraid, but do it in a very friendly way. So let's go back into the role play way we're going to do it is let's use the line, are you guys in the market for looking for a home? Now, here's the objections they can come up with. We're just browsing. We have a realtor. No, we're neighbors.
We're just looking.
Guys,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm going to be prepared for those negatives, and I always follow up, but that's great. It's a very easy follow-up. So just that's your script. That's great. So be prepared. Are you guys browsing? You guys in the market for looking for a home? Be prepared for a negative comment. Be prepared with, that's great. Mm-hmm. And then what you go right into is, hey, let me show you what we have here. What we like to do is we like to put a monitor out or have our laptop with the Boomtown account open, which will be showing properties, saying, hey, that's okay that you're just browsing. Let me show you what's going on in the market. Or that's okay that you have a realtor. Let me show you what's going on in the market. I know Angela has some other tips on what she likes to do.
Well, a couple things just to mention. It's really easy to know when somebody's not ready to engage with you. If they're still looking at the house, for example, let's say you say, do you live around here? And they say, yes, but they don't even give you the time of day. They're not even looking at you yet. They're still maybe looking at the house. You got to watch their body language. If they're not even looking at your face and they walk right by you, you may want to wait and follow up with another question. Because if I say, do you live around here? And they say yes, it's very easy for the next question to be, oh, where do you live? And then once they're ready, once they look in your direction or pause or smile at you, that's when you move on, trying to get them, for example, over to the screen to look at some Boomtown stuff.
Some of the other things you could do, try out these techniques, is actually talk about the house. If the house has a nice feature, for example, a nice backyard, when they walk back in, you can use the opening line, "Are you guys in the market for looking for a house?" But they didn't engage right then and there. But then as they're walking around saying, "You know, how did you see that backyard? That's a really nice backyard. What'd you guys think of it?" Which prompts them to respond and engage into some kind of a conversation. So it might be the yard, it might be a nice kitchen, might be the master bedroom, might even be the neighborhood. "Hey, what do you guys think of this neighborhood?"
The other thing we want to talk to you about and keep in mind is when somebody gives you an objection, you can say, "That's great," you can do that too. You can also acknowledge what they're saying. So if they say, "Oh, I have a realtor," you say, "Oh, I hear that you have a realtor. So is this realtor somebody you've used before?" And sometimes when you get them talking about an objection, you'll discover, number one, they're just trying to push you off, they really don't. Or number two, they don't really know that person very well, so you know that you can compete for that business. If you just start the conversation instead of sometimes ignoring what they've said, that can be a very effective way to overcome an objection as well.
Yes. So let's go into a couple little tips and tricks that we will have for you guys that you could utilize. One of them is, as a brokerage, we supply a
The
giveaway
raffle.
box. So you get the giveaway box from us. So if you show up to one of the Monday Morning Mojos, we'll have them. And every 250 people that come through open houses in the brokerage, we will be giving away gifts like an iPad mini. Now, you'll also be equipped with some sheets that they can fill out. So a great icebreaker also that we equipped you guys with is when you are engaging, and they're not really that engaging, you could just follow up and go, "Hey, listen, you know what? We give out free iPad minis for every 250 people. So you have a 1 in 250 chance that we're really good odds. Doesn't cost or obligate you anything. Fill one of these forms out, and I'll put it in the box for you."
And there's going to be some kind of a question on there that's real estate related that could prompt a conversation as well based upon how they fill it out.
Yeah, so we try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to get their information that could be non-real estate related. Typically, we see people will fill them out. The other tip we have is with the Boomtown system. If you do hook it up to a big monitor, now I know people have their laptops, but people are uncomfortable coming around and looking at homes behind somebody's laptop. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, a cool idea that we have that works real well with our agents is they invest into a bigger monitor. Now the monitor could be up to a 32-inch, or it could even be a 26-inch monitor. You can go pick these up for a couple of $100. What you do is you hook it up to your laptop and you mirror the screen. If you need help with that, you let me know. So now what happens is they will gravitate and look at that screen while you're on your laptop.
Even if you put a couple chairs right in front of that monitor, that's inviting for people to sit down.
Absolutely.
Spend some
They
time.
sit down, and then you start saying, "What are you looking for? Let me show you what's actually available right now." And with the Boomtown system, these are a lot of pictures, colorful, great way for them to engage in. The nice part about it is the second property that you look at, it's gonna have a pop-up come up of making them fill out a form. And that's a great way for you to say, "Oh, you know what, let me get your information email," because now it'll also send you your own username and password, and then we can finish looking at these properties, and it'll also email you them. You see, you become now a giver instead of a taker. And we find that it's really great, because now what it just did is it just took that lead and input it electronically into your back-end system.
Then you can keep track of them and see what they're searching for.
Absolutely.
So Chuck just gave you two really fantastic ways to gather the information of the people that are in the open house. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you don't have a Boomtown account and you don't have the raffle box. Don't let that
And
stop
they just
you.
might as well get out of the
I don't know why they
business.
would do that, but let's just say they don't utilize those wonderful tools. The sign-in book is something that we don't think you should just place down onto a table and ask people to sign in. You can't read their writing. It's easy to lie when you're writing things down. We always, through a conversation of giving value and services, asked for their information and wrote it down ourselves. So that is our opinion about gathering people's information. You need to be in control of that information.
Yeah, and also get a couple of other items. You'll see as you start to do these open houses and learn in our classes, there's a lot of cool little items you can put out at open houses, giveaways. Get with Nicole over at Magnus Title. She has some great buyer books that you could give out at your open houses, items of value that could engage with the people that come through the open house.
And you'll learn some more tips and tricks in the agent launch class as well that
Yeah.
deals with open houses.
Last but not least with open houses, guys, the final piece of the puzzle is don't forget to follow up with these prospects either that evening if they want information or the next day, at least thanking them for coming in and seeing what you could do to help them find a property.
Most agents will not follow up. That's a terrible weakness in most people. So if you're the one who's following up, you've set yourself apart from other agents.
Absolutely, guys. So thanks for another training session.
Yes.
Hope you guys apply what we say. If you have any questions, remember, seek out us, Mindy, Maria, any of the staff. That will help you out. Stay plugged in, keep practicing,
We wanna
stay
help you make
persistent
money.
and consistent, and always be asking for business.
Yes. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
God
guys.
bless you.